Hey there, good morning. As you can see, I'm still cutting rhubarb. And I posted my last video about fate, destiny, and train wrecks. And one of the comments that I got back was, how can you be so motivated? That's a big subject, and it comes with having an idea, having the attitude to actually get moving, educating yourself on what it's going to take to do the job, actually getting the first steps taken, and then finding rewards in every step that you take to motivate yourself further. People ask me, how do you do it? Well, like I said in the last video, grandmotherly advice, it takes work. It takes dedication. It takes a desire. And the one thing that I see is a lot of people have an idea, but they don't know where to start. And they're scared to fail even before they get out the door. So I'm going to give you an example. What I'm doing right now is I'm cutting up rhubarb in the kitchen for my jam and jelly business. And I want to show you how this whole ball got rolling. I was a produce farmer for 27 years, nonstop. Helped with one of the largest co-ops in the area. And was very successful at what I did. But it was a lot of work and not a whole lot of reward, really. I never got to see the final product, unless I was at the markets. But anyway, it started out as I had some extra strawberries and some extra grapes, just my own little vineyard, my kind of hobby stuff. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do something with these because they're taking up freezer space and I need it for meat. And I started making jelly. Well, I gave it away to my neighbors and they were like, oh wow, hey, this is good, And so the next year I thought about that and I thought, I want to take this to the market and see what happens. Well, it all sold. And that was the first baby step I needed to gain the motivation. I educated myself. What is it going to take for this to become a reality? What do I need? Well, I need the product. I need the jars. I need the sugar. I need the pectin. I lived 25 miles from the nearest paved road at the time. There was none of that here. So along comes the internet and a paved road and the ability to take that idea and make a list of what I needed and buy in small quantities and sell at a profit. And then reinvest that money back into upgrading what I had. So I needed a little bit more jars. I needed some sugar. I needed some pectin. And I needed a game plan. Okay, we're going to do a market. We're going to offer 5 varieties. Well, now we offer 23 varieties. People were always hounding me for honey. I don't have beehives. I'm allergic to bees. Well, I was allergic. I haven't been stung lately. But anyway, I needed to procure, big word, procure, honey. Okay, that was going to take some serious money because 65 gallons honey, 65 pounds of honey is 250, 300, $350. Where was I going to get it? Where was I going to come up with the money for it? Okay, that money had to be reappropriated back from the jams and jellies. So it takes some planning, it takes some list, it takes an idea. It took time to figure out, what people liked, what they didn't like. I have 491 grape plants. Do you think I can sell grape jelly? Hell no. No. Grape jelly comes from Schmuckers. And people are so grape jellied out that you can barely give this stuff away. Okay. Lesson learned. A little late, but I can make wine. That's cool. Anyway, so if you got an idea, don't be afraid to try it. I mean, if it fails, you got a lot of jelly and a good case of diabetes. But any given item that you can think of that people will sell, that there is a need for, especially if it is a renewable commodity. My little 8-ounce jars of jam and jelly, they don't last a week. So I got return customers coming back and coming back. And I got a reputation for doing good stuff that people like. And if you continue that, then, you're on the step to having a product that will give you motivation when you come home from selling 200 jars in 3 days. Just a little grandmotherly advice, And stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about negative attitudes and defeatism next. All right, guys, take care. Bye.